So there was a report in the Telegraph saying that Zarah Sultana was heckled by a journalist over the fact that they're actually condemning Muslims for their views on gender, which is like the normal view on gender. It's not like a Muslim view on gender. It's actually human. It's science. It's biology view on gender. The actual factual way of looking at things. And of course, they condemned Muslims in particular because they're socially conservative, just like Christians, Jews, Hindus, and so on. And that the fact that all these trans people came out. So Adnan Hussein, who quit or hadn't wanted nothing to do with your party, made the right call in the end, and he wasn't wrong in what he did, and in fact he turned out to be correct. Same with Akbar Mohammed. Regardless of what you think of those two, they did the right thing in quitting. So how can our values be consistent with this garbage that's going on? And I've known people who are on the left, who are considering your party, or actually thought that was a good idea, and who are not even religious, thought this is silly, because if you're saying that we're supposed to be represented by the people of the country, and the people are going to decide things, this is where it gets so messy, because there's like 100 people in one room, you get 100 different views. So you get absolutely nowhere. You might try to get consensus in the end, but even with that, you might have split consensus, and again, like 51-49 votes in that case would make things much worse. So this journalist came out and said, well, you're isolating people who are Muslims, for that matter. And because this journalist, who's actually, from what I read, a Muslim convert, actually made this clear, saying that, well, this is clearly against our values and that, she then responds, in this case, Zarah Sultana, who responds by saying, this is bigotry. How on earth do you think this bigotry is beyond me? And of course, in her case, I can tell you right now, just be absolutely clear, she's clearly faking all this, right? This is just her to get her own little avenue on the left, and to get a lot of people to follow her, and for her to try and stay in power. She's very calculated. Zarah Sultana, you'll notice this in politics. No, she's not the only one. There's plenty of them out there, men and female, but she's very, very calculated. And she knows Jeremy Corbyn is not going to be around forever, and she wants this party for herself, to run it by herself. Obviously, have people that she can build out, whether it's fellow MPs or councillors and so on, and have some allies. But for the most part, this is why she should never get on with anybody. This is why the crew of people where it was Corbyn, Mohammed, Hussein, and all the others, who turn around and say, well, nothing to do with her, because clearly she's actually just overreaching here. Still a question about all that money she kept as well. So there's a lot of questions about her at the moment. And wouldn't it surprise me if, for example, there are, on the left in particular, we're looking at her thinking that she's actually a problem. They'll try and oust her at the next election. In other words, build allies and actually try and get one candidate and run against her and try and beat her at the ballot box. But clearly there's something really odd about this, your party. It's a real mess.